Hello fabulous Kitaholic Kits fans, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters and thank you for joining me for this design team layout. So today I am bringing out my inner Eric Carle and making a bit of a crazy painted splodge that I'm going to cut out and turn into an animal. Now it is the most obvious Eric Carle animal you can possibly think of. You've seen the title of this video, so I'm pretty sure you all know I'm going to be making the very hungry caterpillar. Now Eric Carle tends to use a lot of shades of the same color to really give his animals light and shade. He's quite messy with his paint. He has the brush strokes, he has different thicknesses to really add some different texture to his page. And yeah, it's really gorgeous work. So I'm bringing out my inner mess, as you can see, and just trying to get sort of all those different shades showing through on my page. I then go ahead and do the same in the red color. I don't actually end up using as many of those colors as I pulled out. I pulled out a few dark pinks as well, but I end up actually just going with the reds. And this takes quite a little bit to dry. I used a lot of paint. I made it quite thick. It's very hot here at the moment, as you know, so I am just going to pop it aside and let it dry for a little while, like a whole day, and I will come back to it. So it is all dry. Here I am dressed up as the hungry caterpillar for book week, and I'm going to cut myself out a little hungry caterpillar. So I'm going to start by cutting out my head, which is of course a big roundish shaped red. Now he also doesn't make his things perfect. You don't want absolutely perfectly cut round circles and things like that. That's why I'm doing it by hand. I'm not using the silhouette machine or anything like that. You want it to be a little bit rustic and a little bit messy. In my art teacher days, this is absolutely a lesson I did with the preps, because they haven't got the skill level yet to be 100% perfect, and what they create is so gorgeous and so in line with Eric Carle. That's what I'm trying to channel here. So just being a little bit messy, and yeah, just not trying to make it as perfect as I can. So I've cut a little tail. That's the little end. Some of them, because obviously I wasn't watching where I was cutting, I folded it with the green on the inside. Random, don't ask me why. Some I will have to just put aside because there's just way too much white showing. But as you can see, I've cut plenty of little circles. I'm not going to need any more. Now, stereotypically, Eric Carle's caterpillar often is seen with his big hump where he's crawling along the page. So I'm going to try and replicate that on my scrapbook page. So he's not quite finished yet. He's looking amazing, but he is not quite finished yet. He still needs some eyes and some antennae. So there is two little eyes, but he also has yellow around the outside of his eye. So I'm going to cut that out too. And then he needs a little nose. So I'm going to magically make a little green nose appear that I've cut from another little scrap. And then some purple antennae sticking out above the top of his head. I possibly could have done these even bigger than I have, but all good. I definitely use the technique of folding my piece of paper in half and just cutting once so that they're the same and I don't have to do it twice. And then I decided he definitely needed a few little feet because they were kind of missing. It looks cute, but the real hungry little caterpillar, he has like fur lines all around the top of him, and he has little feet on the bottom of him. Now I couldn't really replicate the fur lines because I can't really draw on it, but I could definitely do the little feet. So I'm going to pop a few little tootsie toes onto this little layout as well. Now you're probably asking, this is gorgeous, Jess, but where's the kit? Here it comes, I promise, here it comes. So I went ahead and cut just a whole bunch of circles out of my page. Now this I definitely used my silhouette machine for. And I was kind of trying to replicate that idea that Eric Carle does where he you might have seen it, he kind of paints blocks of colour and then cuts little circles out of it like Swiss cheese. And it's not always about that the caterpillar ate it, it's just kind of his thing. And I was sort of replicating that. I loved the paper. I thought the paper was really nice and colourful, and that was very Eric Carle-esque. And I just decided I wanted to do the holes. So the holes could represent multiple things. It could just represent the caterpillar eating through everything. And it could also just be a nice little break in the page. The stark white was too much, but the block of this colour was too much as well. So there's the sort of general hump of my caterpillar and how he's going to go. So I'm going to really quickly glue this all down onto my page. I'm really impressed with him. I knew as soon as I saw this photo of myself that I wanted to do a very hungry caterpillar to put onto a scrapbook page, but I didn't really know how I was going to tackle that in terms of how the rest of the layout would look. And the minute I saw this paper in the kit, I was like, oh, well, that's how. It has to have that paper done. So that was just perfect for me. So now just popping on my little feetsies. And then I will get to town using the rest of my ephemera to actually embellish the rest of my layout. And of course, I am including some more of that beautiful Cartabella floral paper. I think I have put at least a bit of floral onto every layout. No, I didn't put some on the second Just Me layout, so there you go. But I'm sure that was an accident. I should probably go back and put some on. No, I just think this paper, this Cartabella paper, is beautiful. So I am popping these florals around. I'm not 100% sure where or how. I think I end up deciding I like the look of this sort of diagonal flow here. I love that banner sticking down, and it's got some gold on it, so I want to make sure I'm spreading some gold around other places as well, just so it looks like it makes sense. So that little circle that says hi was kind of, non-offensive. I really wanted to get that apple on the page because we know that the very hungry caterpillar eats all the things, the apple and the plums and the strawberries and the watermelons, and so I really wanted to get that onto the page somehow, just as a little subtle cute thing. And I thought the squirrel just was cute and it could totally fit on there. I don't have any autumn photos left to scrap, so I'm just tying it all in together. And I just think that's really cute. I had played with the idea of having ephemera pop out from the little circles, but I realized that a lot of the ephemera in the kit this month is large, and I would have had to make the circles a lot bigger, which just would have been a completely different look. That would have been so cool, actually, hindsight, to only cut like maybe 4 huge circles and actually have the caterpillar half in, like sticking his head out of one circle and his tail out of the other one. That would have been really cool. Oh, well, too late. Next time, I'll make one of my kids wear my very hungry caterpillar outfit to book week, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, and I'll just make this layout again, but I'll do that instead. I love these chipboard hearts. I thought when I first saw them I would paint them, and of course I can paint them, but I found the 2 times I've used them, I've actually wanted the raw chipboard. It's been perfect for my layouts to actually be just raw, untouched. I love how many of them there are. I will be using these for a very long time. So popping up lots of little bits and pieces on foam, just because I feel like there's not much dimension happening on this page, and I really want to get things sort of popping up off the page at me. I literally titled it A Very Hungry Book Week Character. Caterpillar, sorry, not character. A Very Hungry Book Week Caterpillar. Super original, I know, but it just worked really well with what the photo was about. Journaling is almost unnecessary in this layout. I would definitely date it though, just so I know when and where and what year it was and things like that. So thank you so much for watching this layout. I hope you have enjoyed it, and stay tuned for my next design team layout soon.